my story was I was working full time, trying to set up my massage business. My business grew when I worked less hours on my clients.
I'm here running a business, not a hobby.
If you don't listen to your body will find a way to make you stop. Tiny little shifts in your patterns that can shift and change your mind.
I just need to be better with my boundaries.
What's the point in success if you're sacrificing your health?
How do you find a balance in all of that? This episode of Beyond the Tweezers is sponsored by London Lash, the brand behind some of the best performing lash adhesives and retention boosting products on the market. As a lash artist and trainer who specialises in retention, I'm extremely intentional about the products I trust and I recommend. Retention is everything in my work, and London Lash is a brand that's well known for supporting strong, consistent results through both their glues and their pre-treatment products. So today's topic, we're talking about all things burnout, confidence, visualising your goals, the business side of our business to get the most out of it.
Yes.
But before we dive into all of that, if the listeners don't know who you are, I just want them to get to know you a little bit more. Okay. So I'd love to know where you're from, because I know you have been in the industry, work in the industry as well.
Yeah.
I know you're now doing your coaching.
Yeah.
But could you just tell us a little bit more about you?
Yeah, of course. So I'm Marissa Lynch. I'm currently based in Aldershot. I'm founder of the Nava Room, which is my massage business where I do mainly post-op care, people who've had cosmetic procedures and C-section recovery as well. So I treat them after they've had any type of surgery. Mm-hmm. I have now set up the Nava Business Academy. So I am doing one-to-one coaching with people who work within the industry, the beauty industry. Yeah. I'm an author as well. So
no way!
Yeah.
What have you written?
So I've done the Nava's Big Sister's Guide to Cosmetic Surgery. So anyone who's thinking of getting cosmetic surgery, it's a book that guides them from the beginning of thinking I want to have surgery through the whole process of finding a consultant, what to expect if you have surgery here or abroad, and what to expect from your recovery, all the different stages of the recovery.
Wow, when did you write that?
End of last year, like October sort of time.
And how's it been?
It's been good. It's good. It's on Amazon. So yeah, it's okay. I've done a few sales. I haven't done much promotion with it. I could do more. But yeah, it's there for when clients want it. I post it on my massage business page every now and again, and I've had a few sales from it.
So I think that's something that is needed, because I feel like everyone doesn't really know how to navigate through all of that.
That's it. I'm a bit of a problem solver. So if there's with my clients in my massage business, I kept seeing the same issues with cosmetic surgery, like going abroad, not knowing what to do, expect from your recovery, not knowing how to budget for it. So I thought, this is a problem that needs solving. I'll write a book.
I love that.
It's an ebook, but it's on Amazon.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So now you're focusing on your coaching.
Yeah.
You still do your clients. Do you have like a big client base, or have you started to transition more into the coaching?
Yes, I'm starting to transition more into the coaching, but my diary's always been fully booked. So before, when we go into talking about burnout, I was seeing about 25 clients a week around my full-time job. So now managed to do 25 clients a week, but now I'm going into the coaching. I'm sort of seeing around 15 to 20 and then gradually building up my coaching business alongside.
Wow. And do you feel like you miss all like the treatment side now you're going into the business? Are you finding that your preference is more teaching, coaching?
I love doing the coaching and teaching, but I love my clients as well. Like we've developed these amazing relationships with our clients, don't we? And I'm like, I want to know the updates at work. I want to know the boyfriend situations. Like I want to know what's going on with my clients. I miss that. I do miss having that, but I like not having the pressure of trying to build the massage up. So.
But I guess you're still in the industry, because that's what I love about teaching, is that you're basically taking your passion of what you was doing treatment wise, then into still in the same industry, but you're helping others achieve what you achieved.
Exactly. And it's rewarding in itself because you see people struggling, especially with my story with burnout. So my story was I was working full time, trying to set up my massage business. I suffer with eczema, and I got my eczema flared up, the worst flare up of my life. And what people didn't see was that I was struggling. I was in so much pain. I wasn't sleeping. I eventually got signed off sick. So when I recognised the signs in other people, and I'm like, okay, we need to install some boundaries around here. We do the work of how to make their life easier, and you see their life changing. It's like, oh my God, so happy for them.
Because I feel like you then find your purpose, right? Because you're almost like, I've made that difference to them.
Yeah. And you've seen them go on a journey and you're like, oh, it's just nice.
And and then when it's working, that feeling is like, actually quite overwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes it is.
You're like, oh my God, I can't believe that what you wanted to happen actually has made such a difference in people's lives.
Exactly.
And the eczema is, I've been struggling with my skin. I've literally, if you follow my personal business page, I've more posts about it on there.
Okay.
But I'm literally just on this new cream that I actually have it like on my neck.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see a tiny outline. But
I can't see it.
I've literally just been to the dermatologist about it. But he thinks it's like psoriasis eczema.
Okay.
But I feel like that has come more from when I've been working a lot. Triggered,
Yeah.
And I always think like doctors and that can give you creams and they can just be like, yeah, use that, prescribe that. But actually, it's actually there's more to the root of the problem. Do you know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah.
Like, I know that workloads and stress and tiredness and everything can trigger and your body, like we said earlier, it's trying to tell you something.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like giving you signs to slow down. Yeah.
So you started having your eczema flare up and...
Yeah.
So did you find that you then went on to having a burnout? Yeah.
So I was ignoring all the signals. My skin was getting worse and worse. Similar to you, no, not similar to you, but I was going to the GP. I was they just kept putting me on stronger and stronger steroid creams,
which are awful.
Awful.
Mine came back worse.
Did it? Yes. And
it spread.
Did it?
It was horrendous,
Yeah. So I was covered from, and I'm going to start posting a bit more about this on my socials.
It's really interesting because I actually have friends who are having flare-ups on their skin. And when I posted about it, they were like, oh my God, Caris, I've been having here, it's just come up randomly. Yeah. And then when I actually, because I do know who they are, and I'm like, well, actually, you're working a hell of a lot too.
Yes.
It is linked. It's very interesting.
So interesting. Yeah. So in the 2 years that I was really struggling with it, going to the GP, I was having phototherapy. That didn't work. And eventually I was doing every elimination diet under the sun as well. So they say,
no gluten,
no dairy.
I'm still on no dairy actually.
Yeah, processed meats.
I literally was on keto.
Have you? Yeah.
And me and my partner were literally doing keto and I still had, it was nothing to do, I don't think it was anything to do with food.
So interesting. Processed meats as well. So I was cutting everything out, still having it, still working, ignoring the signs. Working my 55, 60 hour weeks.
60 hour weeks?
Yeah. Probably getting about 2-3 hours, maximum 4 hours sleep a night. Still ploughing through because I was working full time, massage, skin. I had a lot going on. Eventually my hair started falling out.
Oh my God.
Yeah. GPs wanted to put me eventually onto injections. But before I went onto the injections, I got signed off sick. And that was where the game changer was for me. So I started researching entrepreneurs, seeing how they manage their businesses, because I knew how to manage I knew how to manage a set-up business, but where I'd set mine up from scratch, I couldn't make the leap of leaving my full-time job and going full-time in my business. So I was researching, watching YouTube videos, learning what it took to make that leap. And everyone was saying you have to prioritise yourself. You have to, what's the point in success if you're sacrificing your health and in not enjoying the journey? And what was the other one? Boundary. Did I say boundaries? I can't remember if I just said
no boundaries.
No boundaries.
Yeah.
I had no boundaries in my work business. Like, I was working crazy hours. Clients.
Was you just saying yes to everyone and doing everything?
Yes, clients ruled my hours.
It's a really hard one though, because you can say to someone like, prioritize yourself, do this, do that. But then there's another element of you got to work hard to be able to get there. And then you just think, how do you find a balance in all of that? Because you either have the mindset of work hard now, benefit later.
Yeah.
But then are you risking your health and yourself to get there? Like, what is the answer? Is it just is so?
It's so tough.
So hard.
It's so hard. So one of the signs of burnout. So with burnout, it's split into physical and emotional behaviours. So you'll have your physical side effects, and then you'll have your emotional and your behaviour patterns. And one of the emotional behaviour patterns ones is tunnel vision. So with tunnel vision, when someone says to you, oh, you need to make time for you, you come from a place of, I can't do that. I'm working all these hours. I can't do that. I've got the food shop to do. I can't do that. I've got the kids. I can't do that. I'm looking after parents or whatever. But when you're coming from a place of, I can't, you're very closed off, and we're not in a place of being able to receive. So I always talk about when we're talking about burnout with my clients, I say, try change the tone and what you're using. Coming from a place of I can't is being in the corner looking at a wall. You can't see what's around you, tunnel vision. But if you change from a place of I can't and change it to how can I, you might not have the answers, but you're in a place of being able to receive. So you're turning around from the wall and you're looking at the room. You don't know where the answers are in the room, but you're
opening your eyes to it,
exactly.
aren't you? Instead of like closing yourself off and being stuck and lost.
Exactly.
Because that's probably what you hear most of, is everyone's like, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. I'm feeling like this. I'm overwhelmed. I'm tired.
That's it. I can't possibly do that.
I can't see the way out.
Exactly.
But it takes sometimes someone to, I think, give you a nudge or change your perspective a little bit. But if someone was listening and they feel like that right now, like they don't have the energy, overwhelmed, tired, what would your suggestion for them to be? Like one, maybe like a simple change that they could turn away from that wall, and open their eyes?
So being open, so changing from I can't to how can I? Okay, how can I change? You don't have to have the answers, but be open to receive. So how can I? Gratitude. So I practice gratitude every night. I have a diary beside my bed. I write in it every night. I start the sentence of saying, I'm grateful for, getting up early. I'm grateful my clients turned up on time. I'm grateful I had no technical issues when I was doing my one-to-one calls today. You can be grateful for so many things. I'm grateful I've got food in the fridge. I'm grateful I could afford that coffee earlier. I'm grateful my kids' family are healthy. But when we start to practice gratitude in the evenings, we're focusing on things that we're achieving. With tunnel vision and burnout, we're always focusing on things we haven't accomplished. So we're running our to-do list through our head mentally. We're focusing on the things we didn't achieve throughout the day. And
then that can also be very exhausting on your mind.
Exactly.
Even without you realising it.
Exactly.
Because you've had so many tasks and you haven't completed them, which then is a negative impact, which makes you feel drained.
Exactly. So I think when people think about, I need to overcome burnout, they think it's like going to the gym and so much more effort, but it's just tiny little shifts in your patterns that can shift and change your mindset. And when you start practicing gratitude throughout the day, you start looking out for things to be grateful for as well. So you're not always fixating on, did I send that email? Did Karen talk to that client? Or did I respond to that message?
Yeah.
We start focusing on things that we're grateful. We're learning to switch our mind off.
And allowing things to be that it's okay if you didn't do everything on that list that day or achieve everything you wanted to.
Exactly. Rather than focus on things I didn't achieve, let's focus on things I did achieve. That's more positive.
Yeah, it is. You have to train your mind for a positive outlook, because not a lot of people actually do. It's something that they really have to shift their mind to be positive.
Exactly. And it's draining. How draining it's been, like constantly recalling your to-do list. That's why they say write things down, because if it's circulating in your head, sometimes we think, oh, I've got like 17 things to do. And we're recalling. But when we write it down, it's like, oh, I've actually only got 5 things to do. And that feels so much better. So
you always go, I made it worse in my mind.
Exactly. So those would be my 2 quick shifts to do. And then I do work about boundaries as well. So this is where people find it a little bit more harder to do the boundaries.
Because would you say a boundary is something that you have to be always being consistent on the boundary? Because if you let the boundary go, it's never really going to be a boundary, is it? Because you've not put the walls there.
So I feel like with day-to-day, it's all unpredictable, isn't it? In our businesses, there's certain things we always have to do and we can't control what's going to happen. But I think if we're minimising a lot of the noise, then if we minimise a lot of the noise, then when things do go wrong, it doesn't feel like so much pressure. So with boundaries, I say about time boundaries, energy boundaries, financial boundaries. It sounds like a lot, but it's not when you sit down and do it. And conversation boundaries.
Okay.
So time boundaries is how much time are you spending in your business and on your business. So in your business, for example, be doing lashes. That's working on your clients. You're offering the service. You're working in the business. Working on the business is making time to do the admin, to do the messaging, making sure you've got structure in your day so you know when you're going to do it. If it's hard to do it every day from the beginning, start off with 2 designated days a week where, okay, I'm going to set Mondays and Fridays are going to be my days where I put 2 hours worth of admin aside. No one touches that time.
That's where I think a lot of people go wrong. I was going wrong at that.
Yeah.
I would be doing it after I finish at like 5 and I'd be on my phone or on the laptop till like 7.
Exactly.
Now I have it. I know obviously Monday you're here today, but I now have days off in the week that now I'm like, that's doing content, that's doing either the podcast or that's my admin days.
Yeah.
Nothing else is, I'm not putting clients in there.
No.
Having specific days massively helped me.
Exactly.
Because when I'm with my clients, I'm solely on them. My mind's not
panicking. Oh, when am I going to have time to do everything else?
And I actually feel much calmer now. I have a bit more of a structure.
Yeah. That was one of the things that I had to change when I got signed off sick from work, was putting time boundaries into my work. So I was just working all the time. So I'd finish seeing clients about 8:00 at night after my full-time job. And then it's responding to messages. Then it's doing all the emails.
So before we move on to all the other boundaries, when you were sick, how did you navigate that of getting back to work? Like, what if we just go rewind just to that moment?
Yeah.
What was that like for you? And
devastating. When I got signed off sick, so I went from doing 55 to 60-hour weeks, always on the go, always on the go, to doing nothing. Signed off sick. I was emotional. I had no idea what to do with myself. I think in the first time I got signed off sick, I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks. They were like, you need to, they were like, you need 2 or 3 weeks. And I was like, what do you mean I'm not going to do anything for 2 or 3 weeks? So that's when I did all my research, looked into businesses, entrepreneurship, what they were doing, learnt it, went back to work, didn't do any of it.
You didn't do any of it?
I didn't do anything for 2 weeks. I went back straight into my routine of 55, 60-hour weeks.
And did you crash?
I crashed again 2 weeks later. I went back to the GP. They're like, rest.
Rest.
That was it. Rest. I learned the hard way. I feel like I made all the hard mistakes, and that's why I'm teaching now, because
you have the experience though, and you know what not to do.
And I always say I would have got to my place so much easier and quicker was I talking to and having these conversations with other people sooner. But anyway, after my second time of getting signed off sick, I implemented the changes. It doesn't sound like a lot, but I was working Saturday and Sundays, but I dropped working Sundays. I
think anyone who's listening, if they heard that you work Saturday and Sundays, that is people's, like, not a lot of people do it. And when people do, I think it makes people go, my God, you work even the weekends.
I worked even the weekends. I worked bank holiday weekends. I had no boundaries. Clients wanted to be seen on a bank holiday. I was like, yeah, I'll see you on a bank holiday. I'm not doing anything. I'll see you. Had no boundaries.
Wow.
So
what happened with your clients though when you were sick? Did you fear? Did you worry?
They knew my skin was bad because my skin was like raw. You could see it. I was covered in it. So they knew I was sick. So when I told them, my clients are lovely. They were like, okay, you needed to rest. We all knew you were working hard. My clients always say, oh, you've got that entrepreneurial spirit. Like everyone around me was always like, we knew this was coming.
They probably saw it before you did.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, it's only now I look back to that time and thought, oh, that was burnout. At the time, I had no idea it was burnout. And it took me a good 3 years to realise, oh, that's why I felt so like I did, because I had burnout.
But how long did it take for you to get out of burnout?
Okay, so my business changed within 6 months. So for 5 years, I was working on my massage business alongside my full-time job. Couldn't make that leap. I got signed off sick for 2 weeks, went back for 2 weeks, got signed off sick again. When I implemented those changes, so I stopped working Sundays. Rather than working till 8 o'clock at night, I finished on a weekday at 7, which doesn't sound like big, but it was huge to me. These were big changes.
Because you're putting it in place. That's the thing. And you're sticking to it. It almost makes you go,
yeah,
oh, I've done it, you know, like it is,
that's it.
Even something so small makes the world a difference.
And my business was surviving. You don't think your business is going to survive if you do work less hours in it. I made these changes, and within 6 months I handed my notice in at work.
And what was you doing at the...
So I was a practice manager in a physiotherapy clinic.
Oh, so still connected.
Yeah, so that's how I kind of got into it. I managed someone else's clinic. Prior to that, I was in dental nursing. So I worked in like NHS private clinics. I did agency, and that's where I learned about policies, strategies, client management. So when I went to dental nursing, I was like, oh, I feel like I can do management. Went into management. Then I was like, oh, a couple of years in, I was like, I feel like I can run my own business. So
yeah, it's all connected and led you to where you are.
Yeah, that's it.
Did you find though with burnout, even after you put the boundaries in place, was you scared of overdoing it? Like having little elements of where you maybe bent the boundary ever so slightly?
Yeah.
And you were like, oh my God, what if it happens again? Was there a fear?
Yeah. So I was really strict with my hours, and you do get some occasions where, like I say, you can't avoid certain changes. It's going to happen. But when we minimise a lot of the outside noise, those times when you do have to break the boundary a little bit, once or twice a month or something, that's a lot better than breaking it every single day, 4 or 5 times a day for multiple different reasons. So when I talk about boundaries, and we go back to talking about time boundaries, energy boundaries, financial and conversations, if you're breaking all 4 of those multiple times a day, multiple times a week, multiple times a month, multiple times a year, that's when the pressure becomes overloaded. But when we're putting the boundaries in place and we're minimising the noise, and we're probably breaking a boundary once or twice a month, it takes time to build up to that point.
Yeah, of course.
But once you start to see it working, and you're like, oh, it is okay when I take a step back. Oh, it is okay if I finish an hour early. It's okay if I spend 2 hours on admin and minimise the amount of times I spend on my clients. My business grew when I worked less than hours on my clients. It doesn't make sense, but it worked.
I think it's because you're actually taking the time out to look at your business, not being in it, isn't it? It's like you're putting all the elements to make it a business that can be consistent and keep going and be good. Because if you're the only person, one man band, if you're not okay, the business isn't okay, is it?
That's it. Yeah. And when we're coming from a place of busyness, burnout, chaos, we're not in a place to receive. So we're making really impulsive decisions, which might not necessarily be beneficial to our business. So say you've got a scenario present in your salon, or when you're working with clients one-to-one, sometimes you look at it and you think, oh, I've only got 2 options. It's either this or that, and I've got to make a decision now, and I'll go with that option because it's the best out of a bad bunch of ideas, but I'll make that work. You go with it. But if you had your 2-hour session and you were looking, I don't like those two ideas, how can I change it and find a third option? You have the time and space to find a third option, rather than thinking impulsively and making impulsive decisions and not really thinking it through.
So it's allowing yourself the time, isn't it, to actually make the decision you want, and it not be
exactly
100 miles an hour, and then you then get annoyed with yourself that you've probably made the wrong one.
Exactly. Yeah, it all makes sense as well. And when we go into talking about imposter syndrome versus gut instinct, and we do manifestation and goal setting, if you're coming from a place of chaos or overwhelm and you're working at like 102 miles per hour and you're going from job to job to job to job, putting out fires, working on, I call it working on fumes, so running on fumes or survival mode, then there's so much noise that you're not actually in a place to receive information as well.
Because you wouldn't be open to it, would you?
Exactly. You're not even slowing down enough to see the signs around you, even when your body's screaming at you. Stop.
Did your eczema go down?
So we talked about creams. I had strong steroid creams. I was doing under all elimination diets and everything. After 3-4 months, my skin started coming down.
When you put the boundaries in place?
When I put the boundaries in place. Now,
interesting.
Now I'm working for myself. You said it earlier, your skin looks really nice. I was like, thank you. It's such a compliment when someone says to me, my skin looks really nice.
Your skin looks lovely.
Yeah, I'm eating everything I want. I'm not using one steroid cream. What changed? I was under GP supervision, under loads of different creams, on loads of different diets, elimination diets. The only thing that changed was my business.
It's so interesting.
Yeah.
And because I'm going through something, I feel like similar now.
Yeah.
I find as soon as you said it, I was like, oh my God.
Alarm bells.
Yeah, because I've been literally like back and forth. And then I actually had a year in 2024 where I actually withdrew from a work commitment, which was really stressing. It was really quite stressful. And I just thought, do you know what? My skin I had it all over my chin, all down my neck. I had it all around my eyes.
Yeah.
And you feel horrible, don't you? Like I didn't want to go out.
It's like, uncomfortable.
Yeah. And then I was like, and it got to the point I was like, it's just part of me, whatever.
That's it.
And I didn't want to wear makeup because I didn't want to irritate it,
Yeah.
And then 2024, I withdrew from this work commitment. Just disappeared. Yeah. I hadn't had it for a year. Was it 2024? No, it was for 2025. It disappeared. It's 2026 now, aren't we?
Yeah.
And then in this year, because I've got so much that I'm doing,
it's starting to creeping back up. Yeah.
And I've noticed it, and I'm aware of it. Like how you were saying about what your workload is like. I know that stress must be a trigger for it because I was so stressed back then, and when I withdrew, it did go down. So it's an inside.
It's definitely inside, yeah. So I'm not a medical practitioner. This is from my own experiences and what I've witnessed with my own clients as well. So there's so many different other signals of burnout. So physical and emotional behaviour. So physical ones, tension headaches, migraines. When you get tension headaches and migraines, what do? You stop and you slow down. Migraines are really debilitating. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Debilitating. So your body's screaming at you to slow down. It's
sending you in a dark room. Yeah.
Exactly. It's making you physically stop and rest. Okay. So you've got your headaches and tension migraines, other physical signs. Now, another thing with burnout and being careful of how I word things, if you've got a diagnosis of an illness and you've got burnout on top, burnout can make your symptoms more worse. So for me, it was eczema. I suffer with eczema. I have it, but when I had burnout, my symptoms were so much more extreme. So I'm not saying if you get rid of burnout, it's going to cure your diagnosis. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying, if you are able to cure and minimize your burnout, then it will help to relieve some of your diagnosis symptoms. Mm-hmm. So I hear it all the time. I'm putting on lots of weight, but I'm barely eating anything. I've cut out sugars, I've cut out carbs. I'm barely eating, but I'm still putting on weight. So burnout can change hormones. Okay. So
interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it had all this.
yeah, it's so interesting when you go deeper and deeper into it. So burnout can change how your hormones function. Again, I'm not a medical practitioner. I know a little bit about cortisol levels, which is a hormone, which can affect your metabolism, which is a hormone. Metabolism breaks down fats. If they're disrupted from stress, then your fat's not going to break down. So that's why you end up putting on loads of weight, even though...
Can it go the other way?
It can go the other way, yeah. So you could be trying to put on lots of weight. So I can't remember which way around it goes. So with cortisol, it's one way if like cortisol was high, then you put on more weight. And if cortisol was low, you lose weight. So if your hormone cortisol levels disrupt your metabolism, then you can go either way. And it's interesting with menopausal women because, again, you're probably going through menopause.
Hormones are everywhere.
That's a diagnosis. But you add on burnout on top, that can just throw your whole symptoms. Your symptoms are even more erratic. But if you can control your burnout, then it will help minimize some of your menopausal symptoms. Like your weight will naturally change anyway when you're going through menopause, but the night sweats and things that could be made more extreme from burnout, but be minimized if you sort out the burnout.
And I think hormones, we have it throughout our whole cycle. We can be up, down, up here.
Yeah.
Then. So an added factor of burnout is just going to make everything 10 times worse, isn't it?
Exactly. I know someone, one of my clients, she stopped having periods and she was in a really stressful job, was going to the GP, her bloods were fine, blood count, magnesium, potassium levels, white blood cells were fine, having all these investigations, everything was showing up okay. She quit, she changed jobs. 2 months into her job, so her period started coming back.
It's fascinating because I think I've been the same person, having blood tests, checking my thyroid. I'm like, what's going on?
Oh, wow.
Something's happened.
Yeah.
You know, I was literally like, is there something?
Yeah.
But I when I saw that dermatologist and he told me that maybe it's eczema or psoriasis.
You're just always going to have it.
I kid you not, the next couple of days though, my skin, I think because I was stressing about the rash so much, everything just calmed down without no creams.
Yeah.
And I said, I think maybe my mind was so stressed about it that actually him saying it's nothing that's, I mean, I didn't think I was going to die, but do you know? Clearly I was stressed about it.
Yeah,
because
it's emotionally draining.
And when he said it's psoriasis or it could be eczema, I was thinking, I know that's a stress or, you know, when my mind, I know that can trigger it. And I sat there thinking, okay, that's something I can help myself. You have to know that you can help yourself, isn't it? And I feel like my body just went, it's something I need to focus on.
Yeah.
And it's actually been, I mean, I am using, it's not a steroid cream, but a cream for eczema. And it seems to have really calmed everything down.
Interesting. Yeah.
But I feel like I'm more.
Yeah. I think with the creams as well, sometimes it minimises some of the symptoms, but the root cause is more embedded.
Yeah, because like I said, it came back again, didn't it? It was like, stop the cream, blah.
Yeah.
It's because the root problem wasn't solved.
Yeah.
And I find that's just fascinating in itself because your body is telling you something and you shouldn't ignore it.
It shouldn't, yeah. So there's so many different signs. And again, I'm not saying, you know, oh, you're having all these investigations, something's wrong with you. It's probably burnout's the only ever option. There's lots of different other things going. It could be different things going on as well. But you know, think about your day. How are you feeling? Are you feeling run down? Are you tired? You're becoming a little bit more negative. So emotional and mental behaviours with it is what we mentioned earlier of feeling tunnel vision. Other ones are brain fog. So, you know, you walk into a room and you're like, I was just about to do something. What was I going to do?
Do that all the time.
Yeah, exactly. How often do we do that? So all the time. Or you're talking now and then like brain fart, what was I going to say? You're just like,
did I just say that?
Yeah. Did I just say that? Oh my God. And then we start to use this language of, oh my God, I'm so forgetful. We start telling ourselves over and over again, I'm so forgetful.
You're being negative to yourself then, aren't you?
Yeah. And then if you keep telling yourself, you know, every day that you're forgetful, after a few months, after a few years, you're going to be forgetful.
Yeah, because you're programming yourself, aren't you?
Exactly. So again, we've got to be really gentle with the language that we use with ourselves.
I always say that you wouldn't say the things you say to yourself to your best friend.
It's crazy, isn't it? We're our harshest critics.
Honestly, that sometimes I hear, like, when I, even like my best friend, she says something and I just look at her and I'm like,
yeah,
don't ever speak to yourself like that. Like,
no,
you can do anything you put your mind to. She doesn't have the belief that she can do.
Okay.
So I don't think she puts herself in them situations to, I don't know, to be
more confident.
Yeah, so sometimes she can be quite negative on like you said, I can't do this, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not good enough. Why would I want to do that? I can't be doing this. And you think
That's interesting. So that goes into imposter syndrome versus gut instinct, which we'll touch on in a minute. But it's so interesting. Everyone just falls into these little categories and you're like, this makes so much more sense.
And everyone recognises themselves in it. You know, you can, I bet anyone who's listening to this now goes, oh my God, that is me. Like some things you've been saying, I'm like, oh my God, that is me. You can see the things that you may be doing. Maybe you're not at burnout yet.
Yeah.
But there is all tiny little moments where you could be like, oh, okay, I need to be a bit aware of that I'm doing that. You know?
Yeah, that's it. Another popular one is sleep patterns. So you get people, you know, we're really busy all day. We're doing 102 different things throughout the day. You know, we finish work, we get home, cooking, we're cleaning, preparing everything, responding to emails, getting to bed. Oh my God, I can't sleep. Why can't I sleep? It takes us hours to fall asleep. Is that you?
Jack is going to listen to this. He's like, this is you, Gareth.
It's so interesting, isn't it? Or you're the opposite. You're someone who's like, okay, I'm going to go to bed at 7, 8 o'clock. You go to bed, you sleep, you wake up, you still feel like you've been hit by a bus. You wake up exhausted.
Yeah. I'm more someone who I'm very aware that I'm not a great... It takes me a while to fall asleep, but I do go bed early. Like my friends do laugh at me because me and Jack are like 8:30, 9 p.m. people.
Yeah.
I probably won't be asleep, but I'm in bed. You know?
What are you doing in that time though?
I have been better at putting my phone down.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, oh, I've got an idea.
Yeah.
But it's I know that whatever I'm seeing, I'm clearly absorbing. So then that's why I'm going to bed thinking about X, Y, Z, what I want to do. And I've got this idea, I've got to get my phone, write it down.
Yeah.
It gets a bit much. So I have been trying to put my phone down at like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And me and Jack now on a weekend, our phones are in a different room if we're sitting with each other in that. Because
you need that downtime.
It is a bit too much. And I was aware of how I was feeling. But a lot of it is being self-aware.
It is.
Like I'm very aware if I even spoke about it in a solo episode, if I get triggered by an account, it's not the person. If I'm watching a post or watching someone's stories, or if it's making me feel a certain type of way, like I feel like I'm not doing enough, because that's also can be another thing.
Yeah.
I just mute them.
Yeah.
Not anything on them.
No.
I just got to protect myself. But I know then I've been on social media, I maybe need to get off it.
Yeah. Prevent it from showing up and exactly protecting your energy.
Yeah.
Boundary.
But it's just, I feel like the more you experience it, I feel like you need to be more self-aware.
Yeah. Definitely. And that's one of the teachings that I do as well is, you know, there is, I can't, how can I? One of the things to get around it is, you know, just recognizing, okay, rather than being like, I can't possibly make more time. It's like, okay, I am busy. I am burnt out, but how can I make a change? So it's actually being in a place where you can notice what your triggers are.
But when we went on recording, I did say to you about people feeling tired and how burnout gets thrown around, doesn't it? I feel really burnt out, but it's different. Burnout is different to being tired, right? Yeah. So what is the difference between them? So
burnout is long-term long-term physical and emotional exhaustion, long-term. So day to day, people will experience some symptoms. We all get tired. Yeah, I'll go to sleep. I might wake up refreshed. Solved. It's not necessarily burnout. Burnout is long-term. So we're looking at people who've been in this state for months, years, decades. They've normalised feeling exhausted. It's now become part of their personality trait. They feel like, well, it's just the way I am. It's just my life. It's just the way it is.
Interesting.
Tunnel vision.
Yeah. It's because everyone can get tired with everyday life.
Yeah.
So it's the people that have been doing, like you, 50, 60 hours a week, just all the time.
Normalise poor behaviour.
And even if they've had any signs, they've just gone, it's just who I am, better than way, I can do it, keep going. And it's only when your body sort of gives up on you, would you say? Or not gives up, or it's just like, I will make you stop. Exactly.
I always say, if you don't listen to your body, your body will find a way to make you stop. Not too extreme, like death, but other ways.
Yeah.
Migraines, slow down. I'm going to put you in a room so you have to fall asleep because you can't deal with light. I'm going to, what's the other ones? High blood pressure is quite a popular one. It's mainly popular in men, but it does happen to women, where high blood pressure, again, you go to the GP, you're not really recognising the symptoms. There's no biological symptoms, so there's no, your blood count's fine. You haven't got like blocked arteries or anything. It's cholesterol, that's the word I was looking for. Cholesterol. Your cholesterol's not high, you're healthy, but your blood pressure's through the roof. So what do we have to do to get our blood pressure down? We have to rest, calm the system down.
So rest is obviously productive, right?
Yeah. Or I think it's statins they put you on. GP will put you on statins.
Avoid.
Yeah, exactly. Again, it's masking a problem, it's not solving the root cause.
Do you think, I mean, nothing against doctors, but do you think they don't see this, they won't go to you, I think you're having burnout? Or do they see it more, they're trying to find something that could possibly be wrong? Did they have, when you went, did they say to you, Marissa, I think you're burnout?
No. It was eczema's eczema. It's just what you have. This is what we're going to have to do to try and manage it.
Yeah, I said this to my dermatologist. I said, is this just pushing it back into my skin though? What's the root problem? And he did say to me, at the moment, Karis, we don't know what the root problem is. But do you know what? Deep down, I think I know what the root problem is. I just need to be better with my boundaries.
Yeah.
And structure my time.
Yeah. And you're getting there. You're recognising it. And you can't do it, like I say, it's not doing it all the time, but it's doing it, we're minimising the amount of times that we are doing it. So you are some nights, I really do need to send this email, or like today might be your admin day, but okay, I do need to do this podcast today. But if you're minimising the amount of times we're overriding our boundaries, then that's when we're calming the outside noise down, because day to day takes place. We will have to break the boundaries sometimes, but we're minimising the amount of times we're doing it. That's what I'm trying to say.
It makes complete sense.
Yeah.
So we had time boundary, energy boundary, wasn't it?
Yeah, financial and conversational.
Okay.
So we've sort of done time boundary. So time boundary is how much time you're working in the business, on the business. How much time are you setting aside for yourself?
Important.
Yes. And how much time, again, you can go deeper. So how much time are you setting aside for the kids? How much time, if someone who, I'm not saying people don't enjoy being around their kids, but you might find it's
nice to have a bit of time for yourself.
Some people might be like, actually, that is my time to myself, is with my kids. So you break that down a little bit more, okay?
Before we move on, so we're going to go through these boundaries. If someone was sitting at home listening to this, could they get a piece of paper and the things you're going through, could they write it down and answer them, if that makes it? Could that be like a little task they could do?
Yeah, definitely. I've actually created in my academy, because I'm building my academy now. In my academy, I've given them a worksheet to do, and it will show you how to structure your boundaries. So one of them is, which one am I going to concentrate on? Okay, so write it down as I'm focusing on time boundary. What is it where I'm losing? What is it that I need to do to fix my time boundary?
Would this worksheet be something that I could link in the description notes, and maybe they could go to your
Yeah.
And then they can grab the worksheet.
Absolutely happy to do that. Fine.
And then they don't have to keep pausing.
Yeah, sure.
Lovely. We'll do that.
That's it. That'll be easier. And then it gives examples. So how do I create time boundaries? Does it mean that I need to stop booking clients in? I set my time of when I start my day, finish my day, break in the middle. So I need to make sure that I'm not booking clients in the morning, at the end of the day, in my break time. Okay. Yeah. I'm sticking to my time boundaries. And it's really interesting when we start doing this, and this is where I find I've now generated and put out there the type of clients that I want, because if you're having clients messaging you last minute, asking you to squeeze them in, and you're saying no, and they're being, oh, please, I forgot, please get me in, I'm going away, really want my lashes done. And you're like, oh, okay, they're overriding your boundaries. As much as nice as they are they really the type of clients that you want in your business?
Because they're not respecting you or your business.
Yeah. So we're allowing that multiple times. And this is where we go a little bit into manifesting the
what you're
ideal
giving
client.
Out, you are attracting. If you're enabling them to affect your boundary and make you, I guess, get rid of your boundary.
Let them go. Let them go somewhere else.
You're just attracting them types of people because that's what you're giving out.
You're allowing it. Yeah. You're not protecting your energy.
That topic is like one of my, I love.
Yeah. That's it. So when you go into energy boundaries, where are we saying yes to things that we want to say no? We're booking those clients in when we really don't want to. Mm-hmm. Maybe we're waiving our cancellation policies. Someone pushing back on the cancellation. It's just easier. I don't want to deal with the confrontation. Okay, I won't charge her. So again, we're saying yes to things that we don't want to. And it's really interesting because I think once you start implementing this in your business life, you realise how much you're going to start implementing this in your personal life as well.
And I think you end up also enjoying your business more.
Yes.
Because you're just like, that is what it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sticking to my boundary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I had no boundaries in my business, I was wavering cancellation policies. Now when my clients cancel, they will say to me, I'm really sorry, I'm cancelling really last minute. Make sure you keep the fee.
Yeah.
They say it to me before I even bring it up.
Mine just go, I've just transferred you the cancellation fee.
Don't even have to have a conversation.
Because they know that even though because your clients do become your friends, don't they?
They do, yeah.
They spend, some of my clients have been with me 8 years, since I was a beginner. They've seen me from grow, right? But they also have that respect for me too. Mm-hmm. Like your friends would, you know.
Exactly.
You have to have that, and if they don't, then they're not the client for you.
Exactly. Yeah. Let them go to somewhere else. You don't want those type of clients in your business.
No,
it's not worth it. So yes, energy boundaries, what you're saying yes to when you really want to say no. And that comes into like family life as well. Again, we have to do things that we don't necessarily want to do all the time, but we can't help it. Mm-hmm. You know, our accounts, we have to do our accounts whether you like it or not. You've got to do your accounts.
Hate that job.
Exactly. But we're minimising the amount of times we're saying yes to other things. So we're keeping our energy, our peace. So when we do go to do our accounts, we don't feel it's so overwhelming and so much pressure, and we're not so, triggered by it. Financial boundaries. So managing the accounts is one favourite. I actually love doing my accounts.
Do you?
I love it. I didn't before. I was never really doing my accounts.
What do you love about it?
I like knowing how much money's coming in. Why doesn't people know how much money they've coming in?
Do you know what? It was only last year.
Yeah.
Where that's been a thing that I've actually been purposely making sure that I know. But it's only when I had a mentor and she was like, Karis, what's your numbers? And I was like,
no one knows their numbers.
Dunno.
That's it. And this is one of the things as well that I teach when I do my one-to-one coaching. Like lots of people, they want the growth, they want the more clients. And I'm like, okay, so how many clients are you seeing a week? Oh, I don't know my numbers. They don't know.
Numbers don't lie. So when you actually know, this is it. Literally, when I figured it all out, and it made me like up my prices because I was charging barely minimum wage.
Yes.
And I was like, what the hell? It actually gave me, like, it sounds funny, like this boss bitch energy.
Yeah.
I was like, hold on a minute. This is my business. Like,
I know.
What am I doing? Do you know? And then I feel like you have like this shift in position of yourself.
Definitely.
Because you're like, I'm here running a business, not a hobby.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Yeah.
This is serious stuff.
Yeah.
Your business is serious stuff.
I've got bills to pay.
I got bills to pay. Yeah, exactly. I got a roof to keep over my head.
Literally.
That's it. So, yeah, I love doing my accounts. I love seeing the income, the outgoings, and people don't like doing like their taxes and stuff. And I'm like,
I do my own tax.
yeah. So, do you know what? I have now got an accountant, but I manage it all myself. It's the submitting that I don't like doing it. Yeah. But I still do the spreadsheets and the receipts and everything. But I love being like, oh, look at me. Look how much tax I'm paying. I like fall in love with paying tax. It means that you're earning more in your business. And I do that as well. I teach people how to avoid the VAT threshold. But sorry, that's another topic. But
yeah, I was going to say, we have to get you back on. If you love accounts, you will have to come back.
Yeah, I love a spreadsheet. And again, this is going to be in my my academy. So many people don't know how to use a spreadsheet. One of my friends, she's amazing. She's got like this photography business, and like she's got so many followers. She's always busy, and she does all her accounts by pen and paper. And I'm like, how do you have time to do that? Energy, time boundary, energy boundary. But yeah, anyway, sorry.
Do you know what? I am a pen and paper.
Are you? That's fine. Is it because you don't know how to use Excel? Or?
No, I can use it.
Okay.
I just hate laptops.
Oh, okay.
I hate looking at a screen. And
Yeah.
do you know what? I'm pretty quick. I think because I've been doing it for so long.
You become quicker. That's what she said.
I can literally do it in a day.
Okay.
Done.
Yeah.
Jack laughs at me because he's like, looks at the piece of paper, but I'm like, it makes sense to me.
I'm thinking a day. I'm like, 2 hours. Come on. But what works?
I need to go to Excel then.
Yeah.
Yes.
What works. That's it.
Maybe I'm just stuck in my way.
Exactly. Tunnel vision.
I need to be open.
Open. You don't have to change, but how can I make this system easier? How can I minimise the time? Be open. Yeah, for sure. So financial boundaries is making sure you're not overspending and underspending in your business.
Not treating yourself to all them handbags.
Not treating yourself to all those handbags. Buying equipment. So if you're a salon owner and, have you really structured how you're buying? Have you worked out your return when you're investing in a piece of equipment? Mm-hmm. So really create those boundaries. Some people overspend. Some people underspend. They're like, oh, I don't want to spend the money because the walls are falling apart, but I don't want to spend the money because I want to keep the money. But logical sense is looking at the accounts, seeing, spending £200 on a wall in your business when you're
going to make it better.
Bringing thousands in, spend a couple £100 on the wall. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Boundaries. And my interesting one, which I've seen pop up on your podcast quite a lot, is conversational boundaries. So when we're working in our industry, especially if we're working on our own, or we're just starting out, we go to friends, family for advice. And it's quite common that you want to go to them for the reassurance, but because they care about you and they're worried about you, they might not necessarily give you the reassurance that you wanted. And they've almost instilled more fear into you because they're like, have you considered this? Have you considered that?
They want you to be safe.
They want you to be safe because they care. They're not trying to sabotage you. It's coming from a good place. But this is why I say surround yourself, and why I'm creating my community is surround yourself with like-minded people who are in the industry. Have those conversations who are in the industry, who have done it. There's lots of business coaches out there.
100% agree.
Yeah, who can give you the pros and cons of your idea. You want to go for that idea, okay, but have you got this system in place? You've got that system in place, not just negative.
Yeah, or don't do that, keep yourself safe. Don't do that, that's too risky. Don't do that.
That's it.
Yeah, because that just fills you with more crazy scenarios in your own mind.
Exactly. And there's a lot of like imposter syndrome that we get. There's a lot of, we're fighting with our own ideas and thinking, oh, have I really got this? And then when someone's like saying to you negative things, it's like, oh, maybe I don't have this. So talk to people in the industry who've done it, have those conversations, and stop going back to those people. I talk to my friends about my business, but now I'm kind of I don't always tell them the ins and outs and all my thoughts and decisions.
Because they have no idea of what you're doing. They've never been there. So that's why I find business coaches, mentors. When I chose my mentor, it's because she has done everything that personally I want to achieve, but she's made the mistakes along the way. Like you were saying, it's very much that you go into that role because you've been there, you've done it, and you've learned along the way, and then you can give your expertise because you've been there and done it.
Exactly.
And if I had an idea or if I had something that was bothering me, just to message and say, this is what just for her to say, that's normal, don't worry, you're not alone in that. This is what I did, or you could try this. You have that person, like even like your friends in the industry, they're doing the same thing. I always find, why do people not reach out more?
I know.
Because, are they scared of rejection from people, do you think? Or
I think it is. I think, again, there's sometimes a bit of tunnel vision, which not necessarily is burnout, but just tunnel vision in general. We want to, I think social media has a big play to it as well. You want to look like you have it all under control. You want to look like you know everything. And, behind the scenes, we're all learning. No one started a business and didn't, had all the information from day one. We all make mistakes. And
that's how you learn.
And that's how you learn. That's how, I know business coaches, you've got business coaches. Everyone's learning along the journey.
Through your journey, was there a challenge that stands out? Was the hardest? Would you say that was maybe your burnout, or was there anything in particular that was one of your biggest challenges?
It was definitely the burnout. And I think it was just the burnout. I think because I'd already ran clinics, worked in practices before, I knew policies, I knew about accounts, I knew how to have conversations with clients about cancellation policies and stuff. So that stuff didn't bother me. I think maybe another one was me knowing my figures. So when I was working and managing another business, I knew how to manage their accounts because they're already there. And I knew how to make it grow from there, but I didn't know how to start something from scratch to make the leap. So that was my biggest challenge. And that's why I teach people, and that's why my niche is helping beauty business owners go from their full-time job.
You had the challenge, you sussed it.
Yes.
And now you can give your experience to everyone else.
I can replicate it over and over again. Yeah.
I love
and
that.
Teach it. Yeah.
It's amazing. Before we carry on, I just wanted to say a big thank you to London Lash for sponsoring today's episode. Because retention is my specialty, prep is something I don't ever compromise on. And London Lash's pre-treatment range is something I use consistently in both my client appointments and my trainings. Pre-treatment plays a huge role in achieving the level of retention that I expect. London Lash also have an amazing range of lash adhesives designed to work different working speeds, experience levels, and room environments, which is so important because no two lash artists work the same. When you pair the right adhesive with the proper pre-treatment, a suitable room environment, and a solid technique, it can make the world of difference to the connection, the bond strength, and overall consistency of your sets. For me, great retention isn't about luck. It comes down to understanding your process, using the right products for your setup, and having a system you genuinely trust. And that's something London Lash does really, really well. If you are a newer lash artist trying to improve retention, or maybe you're an experienced artist looking for consistency you can rely on, London Lash is definitely the brand for you. You can get 20% off your next order with code CARIS20, and I'll leave everything linked in the episode description. And thank you again for London Lash for supporting the podcast and to continuing to support lash artists with products designed for reliable, confident retention. Yeah. So let's talk about imposter syndrome.
Yes. Love this topic.
I've actually done a solo episode of my experience with imposter syndrome.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I'm a very positive and very bubbly person. That's just me. But I have had moments, I still have little niggles. I'm much better than I was.
Yeah.
But the feeling of never really feeling good enough to be doing what I'm doing, getting awards, winning awards, it may have helped slightly, maybe like shifted a tiny bit, but it still was there. I almost used to think that maybe it was a fluke that I'd won on a award, like, or I won. My brain was doing weird little things to me.
Yeah.
And it probably only took me when I was probably on like my 10th award that maybe I was like, I'm actually all right. And every award I got, I thought,
took 10.
I thought I'm good. I must be all right at this. I would nitpick it. My perfectionism was really intense. I even spoke about before we've tried to withdraw an entry of a competition because I picked my work apart. It went on to win 3rd place.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. This mind just does weird things. I even spoke about even being in a photo. We was at a conference. Yeah. And my body froze at this photo because I didn't feel like I belonged in the photo. And it's such a sad little, like I was only 23, 24. That memory stays with me because I was like, you know, when your whole body freezes and then when that person then invites you to the photo, like, what are you doing? Come in. Yeah. You almost feel like you've made the situation weird. Yeah. And my mind's like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Like, I shouldn't even be here. These are all like amazing people. I'm not at their level. Yeah. Imposter syndrome.
At its finest.
Wowzers. You know? Yeah. So
those are all the definitions pretty much of imposter syndrome. Yeah. So imposter syndrome it's not logical. You've won 10 awards. You're good at what you do. But imposter syndrome tells you it's not logical. It makes you feel like you're fraud. Imposter syndrome is making you self-sabotage yourself. It will make you feel like I can't.
It's like they can't visually see themselves in that position. Yeah. But it's because your brain is... Yeah. From what I would think is that my brain was doing it as a defense mechanism to keep me where I am. Yeah. But would you say that's the case, or would you say it's just that you're hard on yourself? Or?
So this is why I do imposter syndrome versus gut instinct. Okay. So imposter syndrome isn't logical. It's very loud. It has no reasoning. It's self-sabotage. It makes you feel like a fraud. Okay. Gut instinct.
It's funny because I had this myself where I've spoken on stage at a conference and I've been on online conferences. And for some reason, like, if I have a little niggle, I'm better at challenging it now. Yes. I can say to myself, shut up, Karis. Do you know what I mean? But my mind once were like, what if I get on stage and everyone thinks I'm a fraud and I shouldn't be here and that I have no idea what I'm talking about? And your mind, and I just was like, what the hell? I've been asked because I know my stuff.
That's right? It. It's not logical. Imposter syndrome isn't logical. I've been asked because I know my stuff. That's logical. Yeah, yeah.
But your brain was like, what if they think you have no idea?
Yeah. God. It's so bad. Yeah. So I'll give, and what I'll do is I'll relate this into how it affects us in business and our industry as well. Yeah. So we've done imposter syndrome, gut instinct, okay? So when we go through life, memory-wise, we forget things, but our nervous system remembers feelings of when we've been through certain situations. So those feelings are embedded in our nervous system somewhere. So when we go to do something, it's, I don't know why, but that just doesn't feel right to me. That's your gut instinct. So that's your nervous system. Your memory doesn't remember, but your nervous system remembers. We've been here before and we didn't quite like it before, and it's sending you a signal, gut instinct. So when you're thinking about going on stage, you were just saying going on stage and you had all these thoughts. Was it imposter syndrome trying to protect you? No, imposter syndrome isn't logical. Gut instinct is logical. Something is more subtle. Gut instinct is more subtle. So it will try to protect you, but it will also try to get you to go forth as well. So for instance, in our industry, prices. Yeah. When people want to raise their prices, imposter syndrome is, I can't raise my prices because what if I can't deliver on that service and live up to the expectations of the increased price? What if I lose all my clients?
I've had people in my DMs saying all of these things.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? And I think the thing is, again, it's great to have these conversations because people feel so isolated and think they're the only ones. But actually, we're all going through it. We all have different phases of imposter syndrome. So it's not logical to be working where you are for 3 years and never have raised your prices. Imposter syndrome is not logical. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Gut instinct will be, it's very final. So it's very much like, do you know what? I'm in a place where I think I need to raise my prices. I should look into doing that. It's final. End of. It's strategic because I've been working in the industry for 3 years now. I should be looking at raising my prices.
And it's also normal to have them little feelings of like, you're raising your prices.
It's scary.
It is scary.
It is scary,
like
yeah.
you don't know where you fit into your client's budget. There's also that element. But I think you have to make sure that you're doing it because you're worthy of that. You are. Like you should be earning well.
Exactly.
Like everyone else is. But having imposter syndrome thoughts they're so not logical. They're like barbaric. They've like gone completely.
They're loud as well.
You're crazy going off on that tangent.
Yeah.
But the small little feelings of having that moment of like, oh, what if people do leave?
Yeah.
That's not imposter syndrome though. That's just natural feelings, right?
Exactly. It's strategic. Gut instinct is strategic. So, okay, what if they do leave? So I always, again, coming from a place of how can I? And the things that I teach is recognizing. So just by recognizing something, being like, oh, is this imposter syndrome? Like, it's not logical, I guess, if you're 2 weeks in, starting a new service.
Yeah.
I'm 2 weeks and I think I'm going to raise my prices. That's different. But if you're 3 years in and you're thinking, okay, gut instinct is, if you're 3 years in and you're thinking, I've got imposter syndrome or I feel like I can't, then just recognize it. Think, okay, am I doing this from a place of, I don't feel worthy? If you're coming from a place of feeling, I don't feel worthy, then that's where we start need to think, oh, hold on a minute. How can I be worthy? How can I get to a place of feeling like, okay, I will increase my prices, rather than being like, I'm just not going to I'm not going to increase my prices because I don't feel I'm worthy enough. I don't think I can deliver. I'm going to stay at this price. Open up. How can I get to a place?
So it's stopping and questioning them irrational thoughts, really.
You're naming and shaming it.
Yes.
And it doesn't have the power. We're naming and taming it is what they say.
Because you're not giving it the power. You're not letting it rule you.
Yeah.
Because I found that even if I had imposter syndrome, I would still do the thing that was maybe consuming my thoughts.
Yeah.
I think that's my personality, though. I do like to be doing more. I like achieving things. I have an idea and I'm an actioner, you know? I don't sit on it, I will go do it, you know?
Yeah, that's it. That's gut instinct.
So would you say that you could still have the imposter syndrome, but your gut instinct kind of like overruled it?
Yeah.
So it could still be there, can't it?
Of course, yeah. Like this is my first podcast. Like coming here today, I was like, oh, what if I stumble on my words? Like it's not going to prevent me from not doing it. That would be imposter syndrome, preventing you from going ahead, self-sabotaging yourself because of your thoughts. But I came here, I was nervous. I'm cool now, I'm all right. It was just nice.
You're in the chair now.
I have a cup of tea. No, I'm joking. Don't even drink tea. But do you know what I mean?
No. Oh my God, I'm like a teapot.
I know. Yeah, I don't drink tea, coffee. I'm a bit bored. Hot water and lemon, please.
Oh, I love that, actually. I like a hot lemon and water.
Yeah. So for you, again, when you did London Lash and you went for the first competition, I think in your podcast you mentioned that it didn't quite go to plan in the first time you ever went, did it?
Yeah, so that was the lash battle,
Lash battle.
Yeah.
Okay. But imposter syndrome would have been, it's not logical. So had you had imposter syndrome, that been a situation, it would have been like, well, of course you failed.
You're rubbish.
You're rubbish. You made mistakes. It's not logical.
So I had them thoughts when I did my first ever competition. I was about 21, 22 and it was live, and I ripped myself. I sat in the corner and I sobbed.
Yeah.
And I said to my sister, they look horrible, they are rubbish. I was nasty, like it was so bad. I did win a trophy, but I got on stage, I sat in that audience and I looked at it and I was like, why am I even here?
I felt like a fraud.
I should not, like, before I even won though, I said to myself, what's the point of us being here? Like, the set was rubbish.
Self-sabotage.
Yeah.
I'm just naming it as you're saying
idiot,
it, so people can recognise it.
Do you know what I mean? It was just so consuming. And then when I got the trophy, I was so blotchy from where I'd been crying all day. And I thought to myself, like, I was like, oh my God, I was so proud of myself. But I actually was very disappointed in how I behaved because I ruined that entire experience because of my mind.
Yeah.
And I think that from that day, I still had them thoughts.
Yeah.
But I was aware of that fact that it crippled me. It was horrible.
Awful. Yeah. It's not nice. It's not a nice feeling.
Why do you think we have it? Do you think everyone has it?
That's a very good question. I think everyone has it. I went to an event with a business coach and I was saying, I want to get into speaking. And I said,
You'd be great.
Oh, bless you. Thank you.
As soon as I heard your voice for the first time we spoke, I was like, you've got such a calming, like, great.
Thank you.
You'd be great on stage.
Thank you. But I said to her, like, I was sitting in the audience and I felt fine, being like, I'm going to ask a question. Then she came over with the mic and handed me the mic. And I was like, instantly sweating. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to talk on the mic. But I wanted to get into speaking. And so I asked her, when does that feeling go? And she's like, this is my 8th event. I still get that feeling before I come on stage. It lasts longer. So it's your respite. So they say, how long do you have this state of mind to how long do you give yourself to recover from it? So if you're feeling like going to the gym, you know, you do a run, you get out of breath, you stop, your recovery time is longer the first time you do it, but the second time it improves, the third time it improves. So how long is your rest? How long is your respite in between having imposter syndrome, you said you threw a tantrum.
I did.
Give yourself like, right, I'm going to go mad for 5 minutes, then get it off my chest. Okay, and then I need to get back to it and pull myself in again.
It is, you really need to train yourself to have that.
Yeah.
Because I think that is something that anyone would benefit from, is having like, right, I'll give myself 5 minutes to stop.
Yeah.
But I need to be back in the room now.
Exactly.
It's like allowing yourself to feel your emotions.
And I think it's normal. I think we don't go into any situation, and I think it is protective mode in some types. So gut instinct will protect us, but imposter syndrome just isn't logical. But when we're having these sort of conversations, it's so people can say, that's why I feel the way I do. You're going to have these feelings. We're always going to have them in different scenarios. It's the fear of the unknown.
And everyone, like that woman who had the mic and you said, how long does this feeling last?
Yeah.
You probably look at her as someone who's top of their game, right?
Yeah.
But they all have the same feelings.
Exactly.
Maybe I always think the more you do something, the more you experience it, the better you become in how you feel, how you approach it. And you may still have that feeling every single time at the beginning, but actually it just drifts away.
Exactly. And Tony Robbins did a good session where he said, before you do something nervous, there's 2 types of people. There's people who'll get nervous and let it override them and not do it. Or there's people who feel exactly the same thing, but turn that feeling from nerves into excitement and go forth and do it before.
Because excitement and nerves are the same feeling, but it's how your body, what you're thinking about. Oh my God, I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
But actually, if you switched it and said, actually, I'm excited to do this.
Yeah.
You are switching your mind and your thought and telling your body, like the response is different, because your body doesn't know the difference between them two, do they?
No.
It's what your thoughts are telling you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like we go for something like today. I was like, oh, I'm excited, but a little bit nervous, but I'm really excited. I'm more excited than nervous. So go with, the outcome that you're going to get from achieving. Is it going to just try to be logical about it? We're going to feel these feelings of self-sabotage. We're going to feel these feelings of imposter syndrome. Name it, tame it. How can I? Maybe it's oh, I don't feel confident to raise my prices. How can I get confident to raise my prices?
Know your numbers.
Know your numbers. Yeah, exactly. Be logical.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a good following, a client base. Maybe you might need to do some affirmations for yourself and get confident doing.
Yeah.
More confidence in yourself. Read a book about confidence. Maybe have a conversation with someone in the industry.
So there's loads of things, isn't there? Yeah.
Name it and tame it. Other ways that it shows up in our industry, I see it quite a lot with salon owners. So you have a member of staff who's really good at what she does, amazing what she does, but she's so disruptive behind the scenes. So she turns up late. She's bringing morale down amongst other people in the business. And you think imposter syndrome would be, but if I get rid of this person, I'm going to lose a big chunk of my clients. If I get rid of this member of staff, then she might bad and name and shame the salon that my salon. Mm-hmm. But okay, that might happen. That can be imposter syndrome. We don't really like change either. But how can I resolve this situation? Can I have a conversation with her? If you've had a conversation with her multiple times and it's not worked, then logical gut instinct would say, okay, it's probably time to let her go. The situation isn't improving. We've given it our best shot. We've had the conversations. Let her go. And then how can I bring more clients in if she does take her clients? Because I think this is a problem with salon owners. It's always going to happen. You can't prevent people from taking clients.
I feel like it's inevitable because sometimes the client in the salon is coming for the therapist, right? But I think it's then having that respect between the therapist and the salon owner that you're not going to be poaching them.
No.
If I go and they come to me, I can't do anything about that.
You're not going to turn them away, are you?
Yeah, but it's like ending it on good terms. But I think that also comes between not taking things so personally, actually having a business mind. Yeah. And when salon owners are stressing about X, Y, Z, it's being logical, isn't it? Actually, we have to put your business mind on and is it working out? Are they benefiting your business? If it's a no, then you have to let them go, It's having... I think it's putting a different hat on, isn't it? We have to wear so many hats.
We have to put so many hats on. I know. It's amazing. I think in this industry we're so underestimated because we're not just doing the service. We're therapists. We're accountants. We do interior design when we're designing our studios. Like we do so much, and
like we should be. I feel like sometimes we should just pause and just be like, you should be so proud of yourself. Do you know what I mean? Because I think someone listening to this episode will probably be sitting there thinking, "Oh my God, I'm feeling like I'm not good enough." Maybe they're going to have an imposter syndrome. Yeah. But actually, if you just stop and look around what you've created, even just creating that business, taking action to do that. Yeah.
Practicing gratitude, celebrating those wins.
Yeah. Celebrate the small wins, not just the big achievements all the time.
Exactly.
Because we are so bad for that.
We're terrible. And again, going back to burnout, that is one of the things of burnout, only seeing the negative, not being able to rationalise with what you've done. You could do a whole day's work and then still feel like you haven't accomplished anything. Again, that's quite a big trigger and sign of burnout.
And when you said about talking with families and or just friends, I have it where like I still work with clients, but I'm focusing on training, podcast. I'm working on my business, not always with clients, right? So then my transition's changed. But I always feel like sometimes it's not even them saying, it's not the person who's saying it. When someone goes to you, "Oh, you're not working today."
And I think, how dare you take a break?
But they don't even mean it like that.
No.
They might say to you, but I take it like that. It might be like, "Oh, you've not got clients today then? Are you on the laptop? So you're not working today then?" And I think, oh my God, my whole body goes into like, am I meant to be doing more? But as like women and business owners, it's such a mad feeling to feel like when someone says that to me, I'm like, oh my God, I have to answer it with like, I've got all this work.
You've got to justify it. You feel like you need to justify your actions, don't you? Yeah.
Why? Do you know what? It's so silly. Yeah. Why can't I just say, do you know what? I've worked hard and I can have a Monday off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah.
Gut instinct.
Like,
Yeah.
my mum goes to me, oh, lovely. Like, if I say, she goes, oh, lovely. Do you want to meet for lunch or something? And I'm like, I actually got a bit of work to do on my laptop.
Yeah, I'm working still. Yeah.
It's, she celebrates the fact that I'm able to do that now.
Yeah.
But when someone else asks or something, I do justify myself.
You do, yeah. I think it's recognising it. Again, we're minimising the amount of times that we aren't recognising and celebrating the wins. And I go through it as well. I'll be like, I can be quite impatient sometimes. Like I'll have a goal and I'll be like, oh, I'm not getting there quite quick enough. But then I'm like, actually, look at where I was a year ago to where I am now. We look back. So again, it's one with imposter syndrome is naming, taming it. But also if you are getting imposter syndrome, look back at where you were before and how far you've come, the journey you've come on.
It.
Yeah, reflect.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
God,
it's so
crazy.
interesting.
It's like a roller coaster what you go through. But actually, if you just pause and actually looked at where you are.
Yeah. And this is where I feel for people, because I feel like people are, like when I think about when I was burning out and getting sign of sick and all these feelings and emotions, I was on my own. And people were like, well, you're sick, you just need to rest. And I was like, yeah, but you don't get it. Like I used to work with, like, I'm doing all these things. I can't do these things anymore. And people don't necessarily get it.
Because it almost, our work, it almost becomes our identity. And I don't mean that's a bad thing, because I love what we do.
Yeah.
And it is a part of you.
Yeah.
But when people don't understand it, it can feel it's a lot.
It's important. I think every industry should have a network. You know, if someone was doing, stocks, you know, in films where you see them on the stock floor and they're doing stocks and shares, I don't have a clue about it. Someone asks me about stocks and shares, I'm like, I can't give you advice on that.
I failed maths, so don't come anywhere near me.
Exactly. So I'll be like, don't talk to me about stocks, but I'm not going to go to them and talk to them about beauty industry, do you know? So it's knowing who to have these conversations with. And if you are on your own, feeling like this, reach out to someone in the industry, drop someone a message, you know.
The worst thing that can happen is they don't reply.
Exactly.
And no one died.
No.
That's what I think. It's like the build up is worse, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
I can't ask them, what if this, what if that?
Yeah.
It don't matter.
No. I if someone reached out to me, and think of it again, we are our harshest critics. If someone came to you and said something to you, or I'm not talking to you, but talking to the listener, if someone came to you thinking of reaching out to someone, you feel like you can't, think of it, flip it around. If someone came to you, what would you do? Would you turn them away, or would you want to help?
You'd always want to help.
You'd always want to help, yeah.
And I think as well, like, I once had someone say to me, I was at a conference, they were saying it on stage, and they were like, why don't you just ask someone if they want to go out for coffee and a chat?
Yeah.
Like, they probably want to go out for a coffee and a chat too.
Yeah.
Not in your case, but you can go against me.
Yeah.
But they do ask, because like, you could be gaining so much from them and they can be gaining from you.
Exactly.
Everyone has different ways of doing things. Everyone has ideas. Everyone has different experiences. This is why I love the podcast, because everyone's got a different story, a different way of thinking. And then I feel like it's another place where people can come and be
open about what they're...
not alone.
Yeah.
You know?
It's good. It's good. Doing good things.
So we're going to talk about... Oh, actually, before we move on.
Okay.
Have you had imposter syndrome?
Yes. When have I had imposter syndrome? I had a bout of it when I was coming today. Actually, I've had it in different stages, and you know, it comes as you grow with your business. You'll get it at different stages. Things will change. So another thing will be, I got imposter syndrome when someone told me, "Oh, you should be on camera talking on your socials." I was like, "What? I don't want to stand there and be talking to. I don't want to do that."
Really?
I was like, I can't do it. And the first time I did it, if I hear it now, I'm like, who is that person? Because I do not recognise that voice.
Because you have your phone voice on.
I had my phone. I don't know what voice I had when it weren't mine. But definitely imposter syndrome. But I've grown, and I went to a black tie event last year, actually, on my own. It was a networking event in London. I just wanted to dress up and do something nice. You know when you want to get dressed up, look pretty, do my hair. So none of my friends were really up for doing it. So I went to this networking event and it was a black tie. It was in London. I booked a hotel room. I could not leave the hotel room. I was like, I'm going to go. I've got my outfit, my shoes, everything. Imposter syndrome. I was like, oh my God, I've pushed my boundary too far. I've pushed myself too far. Because I'm always like, get uncomfortable with being comfortable.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've done it. I've gone too far. I can't get there. I was messaging the girls.
Oh.
They were like, get out, just rest, chill out.
Dutch courage.
Yeah, Dutch courage. I think I did about 3/4 of the bottle of wine. Was like, I should stop because otherwise I'm going to get there and I'm just going to be plastered.
You'd be on the table.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the opposite extreme now. But yeah, I had really bad imposter syndrome of going.
Did you go?
I did go.
Hey!
Yeah, I did baby steps. I was like, I'm going to order my Uber. I'll just get outside. Once I'm outside, I don't have to go in. I can come back home.
Yeah.
But I broke the steps down.
But then you just did a logical thing, didn't you?
I did.
I can always go home.
I can always
I can go in there and think, this ain't for me, and off I go.
That's it. And for people who are probably watching this as listeners thinking, I saw this event, but I don't want to go on my own. One of my friends won't come with me. Go. You'll
have the best time.
You'll have the best time. You'll meet some amazing people.
And everyone in that room is like-minded people. So you instantly connect.
Yes.
It's like electric in them places.
Yeah, it is. It's so much good energy.
So much good. And everyone wants to talk to everyone because as much as you're there for, I don't know if you're there for a conference or you're there for someone in particular or a lot of it is networking.
Yeah.
People like to connect with people. So I always feel like that's around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're in an era now of collabs. We're not really seeing each other as competition anymore as women. We're now collabing and helping each other.
Thank God.
Yes.
We should be clapping everyone, boosting everyone up and being like, come on,
Love it. And go to those networking events, go talk to people. I'm hoping I'll have this all set up by the summer, but in the summer I'm thinking of creating my own one where, people can come network within the industry in the area. And, if you do lashes, you can talk to someone who does tan, who can do hair, maybe you can put together a package.
Sure, you could do like little pop-ups.
Exactly.
Love it.
Yeah. So if anyone's ever thinking of going to a business event, can't get a friend to go, just go on your own.
Just do it because you will make friends and it'll probably be the best decision you ever made, honestly. I love going to network.
And you've probably still got I've got friends who I've met at an event before and I've met them like 2-3 years ago and they're still my friends.
They're probably one of some of my closest.
Yeah.
And I still go to events with them now.
Yeah, exactly. And you've now found someone that you can talk to about business who's going through it with you. You're creating your own little network of people to have those conversations with.
Yeah, and then they can reach out to you and likewise.
Yes.
I love that.
So yes, I did have imposter syndrome.
So we're going to talk about building confidence.
Okay.
So if anyone who's listening, how can they build confidence in their business?
Mm-hmm.
And do you feel like confidence is something that just comes with experience? Is there any tips that you could maybe give someone who maybe just sitting there listening going, I can hear what you guys are saying.
I still feel like I can't.
I still like imposter syndrome, but I don't think I'm confident enough.
Okay. So if it's a confidence issue and you're still feeling like you're maybe not capable, sometimes it might be, I just feel nervous of talking on camera. So when we're building our social media, I always say you need to be on your page somewhere. People need to see you, what you look like, where you're working. If you're nervous or something like that, come from a place of how can I get the confidence? So again, do I need to do the affirmations? Do I need to read a book? Be logical. Do I need to do another course? So sometimes, I think I said to you before, like I did lashes, but my course was like a £20 Groupon. Like it wasn't logical for me to, create a thriving business and be really comfortable doing the job. So, what is it that I can look at to get comfortable? Also, I find having an alter ego is really helpful. So, like Beyonce and Sasha Fierce, that's who gets her on stage to dance and go crazy. If you have a person who you sort of see as an idol, what would she do in that situation? So
it's imagine who you want to be. I read a book the other day and it said, instead of it being fake it till you make it or something like that, it was said change it to oh my God, I can't even now. The quote's gone to my mind. It was like basically don't fake it till you make it, like be it.
Yeah.
Be it now.
Yeah. So this is where I find manifestation really interesting because it's connecting with the person you want to be. So visualization. But when I'm talking about alter egos, so I have Jessica Pearson. Did you ever watch Suits?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jessica Pearson, she is my one. So when I'm having certain situations where I'm like, oh, I don't know if I could do that. I feel a bit nervous. What would Jessica Pearson
so
do?
You think of that person and what they... Right, I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What would that person do in the situation? Would they be thinking, oh, I don't think I'm capable. I'm not sure I've got it. They'd be like, nah, bitch, go for it. Like,
I can do it. Yeah.
I can do it. Like, Jessica Pearson isn't letting anyone walk over her.
I'll go and find them all.
Exactly. So, have an alter ego that you can connect with. You know, it might be Taylor Swift. It might be Ricky Lake. I don't know. It might be anyone. But have an alter ego, connect with that person. And when certain situations come up where you're not feeling quite sure of yourself, and think, oh, what would that person do in that situation? And then I think this really helps, like, with manifestation. This really leads quite nicely into manifestation. So with manifestation in our goal setting, manifestation is getting the mind and body to connect with our intentions. Okay. So if you're thinking, oh, I really want to go to an event, but I'm a bit nervous to go, then take time to yourself. Maybe close your eyes, be in a nice quiet space, and visualize being that person that will go to an event. What does it take for that person to go to an event? What does she wear? What kind of perfume is she wearing? How's she going to style her hair? Really visualize that person. And over time, if you'll keep connecting with that person, you'll eventually put yourself in a situation where you become it. So it's really interesting with manifestation because our mind doesn't know time. So have you ever been like in the middle of the day and been like, oh, what time is it? And then you almost have to retrace your steps to think, okay, when I got up at this time, I had breakfast, that must have been half an hour. So it must be around what, I don't know, like 10:30. You don't ever think, oh, what time is it? And then your brain just knows that automatically the time. And have you ever been on holiday where you lose track of days?
Yeah.
You're out of your routine and then you're like, what day is it?
No, it's Tuesday. What?
What day is it?
That happens to me over Christmas. I'm like, what is the day?
Yeah. Our brain has no concept of time. So when we are manifesting and trying to become the person that we want to be in our businesses, if we are connecting with that person, sitting down, you know, thinking of, oh, that person is confident. That person, she'll walk into the room and she won't care about what everyone else thinks. Your mind can't differentiate between something that's vivid and something that's real. So if you're installing feelings of being confident into your nervous system, your brain doesn't know whether it's happened or not. Your nervous system thinks it already has. So as you go through your day to day, your body and your neuro pathways start to lay down patterns that help you become that person.
That is fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love all things like that.
It's so interesting. So it's like if you go to the gym once, you go to the gym once, oh, I feel good. I've released some endorphins, so I feel quite good. But if you go to the gym like 2-3 times a week for a month, you're going to feel a lot better with it. So if you're thinking of the person that you want to become and you engage with that person once, then great. Oh, I feel good. I feel excited. If you engage with that person 2-3 times a week for over a month, you're more likely to start to put systems in place where you start to become that person.
Because you're already thinking like you've already done it, you've already achieved it. So if you're behaving like that winner you want to be or that confident boss lady you want to be, if you're already installing it without it actually being true right now, you're just already programming yourself to be who you want to be.
Exactly, programming yourself. Yeah, your body's starting to, your gut recognizes the feelings and symptoms of what it felt like to be that person, and it likes it, so it starts to get you to usher to be that person. But you have to do it more of really engage with the feeling of that person. So how does she feel? How does she look? What clothes does she wear? How does she feel when she wears those clothes?
I do think clothes have, like, I know sometimes I see people like, oh, I just wear what I want. But for me, personally, clothes reflect, I don't know what I'm feeling like, because maybe not, but like the person I want to be.
Yeah.
If I'm teaching, I'm not going to be teaching in trackies, you know?
Yeah.
I will look.
I want to dress
I look like a
nice.
slob, like, you know, I don't want to feel like I want to lay on the sofa.
Yeah.
I feel like it puts me in a different mindset straight away when I'm wearing clothes that are for that.
Yeah.
Because it's already positioned me into what I want to be.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's interesting how your mind, small little things like that, just the clothes you wear,
Exactly.
perfume you wear, how you have in your hair. Like, do you know, it's very, what you're giving off.
Definitely.
Even just in how you present yourself, does so much for you.
That's it. Put yourself in a situation where it makes you feel good. You know, you say yours is clothes. Some people, it might be the way they put their hair in a certain style. For the other people, it might be the certain jewellery that they wear.
It just reminded me of like when I used to work in a salon, I used to have a big bun on my head. And every time I come in, everyone was like, she means business. She's got a full day today. And I was like,
yeah.
I
don't be messing around with this.
My clients are coming in like, got a busy one. I'm like, yes. Yes, I am.
That's it. You're ready.
I'm ready for my day. I will attack the day.
Exactly. So some people will be hair, some people will be certain jewellery they wear. It will be, different.
Something to them that makes them feel better and stronger.
Yeah. And then I think that's, again, goes back to boundaries and burnout as well. Connecting with the person that feels good. So when we talk about tunnel vision with burnout, if you can get to a place of being open and how can I connect with that person of, I really want to be that person who isn't exhausted all the time. You don't know how you're going to do it, but you're going to be open to receiving. And the more you connect with that person, you're going to naturally start to find ways of becoming that person.
And figuring it out to be where you want to be.
Yeah. And that's why they say, like, people do vision boards, don't they? So I
love a vision board.
I love a vision board. Do you have a vision board?
Yeah, a vision board.
Where is your vision board?
My vision board's upstairs.
Is it? Yeah, mine's in my bedroom. So.
Mine's in the study.
Is it? Yeah. Somewhere you can see it every day. And again, you're looking at it, you might not be taking it in mentally, but your sight is taking it in. And again, you're looking at things that, I like that, I like that, I like that. And eventually you start to put things in place where...
Because I think you see it, your mind clocks it, and you may not realise, but it is having an effect because I think you're always a product of your environment, aren't you? So what you're exposing yourself to, you're kind of taking from. And I find, like, if I have a vision board, if I clock it and I'm looking at it and I'm like, it was on the vision board for a reason.
Yeah.
And then I will implement what I want to do.
Yeah. And I always say as well, be open to receiving. So we have our vision boards, we're looking at them every day, but we're not holding on, gripping to it every day. I've created my vision board, it's there. When we're holding on to things too tight, we're desperate for them, we aren't open to receive. If we think of something, let that thought come in, our palms are open, then we're in a place to receive. So when we're too tight, holding on to something too tight, not looking at other things, we can't receive. But let go, have an idea, connect with it. It's out there.
Allow it to
come to you. Yeah. Be open. You can only receive with open hands.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I really love that. Okay, so if we were going to be talking about visualization and goal setting, so how is someone, if they're a business, running their business, how could they've never done it before, how can they implement that into their business?
Okay, so one with visualization manifestation, it's kind of thinking, okay, the person I want to come, is she organised? If she's organised, then I need to become organised. Okay, but when we're talking about goal setting, sit down. I have so many notepads. I've got my gratitude notepad. I've got my goal setting and my dream. I've got my dream manifestation dream board. But then I've got another notepad where I brainstorm everything. So if you're doing it for the first time, get it out of your head of what you want. Okay, if you want to go for a 50k month, you want to go for an 80k month or a 100k month in your salon, your business, write it down. If you're on 2k a month at the moment, then thinking, oh, I'm going to have a 100k business might be too much of a leap. So do things that feel authentic and right to you. Make it achievable. Time frames. How long am I going to be able to achieve this? How can I achieve this?
I think you saying make it achievable is a big one, because I almost think that's where people go a little bit wrong.
Yeah.
They almost don't put the steps into place to achieve it. They just want it.
Yeah. So I don't know how to teach people to go from a 2k month to a 100k month in a month. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think that's possible.
Exactly. I don't know how to teach that. But I can teach how to, if you're a 40k business and you want to go to a 60k business, we need to look at your figures. We need to put structures in place. So you need to know your numbers, what you're earning, coming in, what's going out at the moment. You need to know what services in your business are doing well. So what services are my main income stream? How can we maximize on things like that? But when we're doing our goal setting, have figures in mind, and then break it down. So you want to have your three, I think it's called the 369. So you have your 3-month goal, your 6-month goal, 9-month goal, 12-month goal. So you almost have your goal work backwards.
Okay.
And then, okay, if I want that, then how many clients I'm talking about money and, offering services, but I don't know, people's goals might be very different. But make sure you're sitting down and working backwards and putting in, okay, in 3 months, you can't make the big leap from 2k to 10k. Mm-hmm. But okay, in a year, I might be able to do that. And then what do I need to get there? Do I need to offer my services? Do I need to try upsell on stock? Break it down. Okay, so in 3 months, this is going to be my goal. This 6 months is going to be my goal. 9 months is going to be my goal. And this is how I can maximize it in between.
If someone has the goals and the visualization, what impact does that give to them in their business? Is it like a clearer path to get there? Yeah. Is it that if someone didn't have that they're not really going to be growing? Yeah,
I think if you don't know what your goals are, where are you going? So I know some people who will be like, okay, I want to grow my business. I want more clients coming in. But if they don't know how many clients they want coming in, then how do you know if your business is growing? For instance, say, just for example, you're only seeing 3 clients a week and you want to get to 10, 15 clients a week. I say to people, okay, well, how many clients are you seeing now? And they're like, oh, I don't know. Okay. So how do you know if you're going to get to your goal of 10?
Yeah.
If you don't know what you've got at the moment. So
you need to sit there and actually...
You need to know exactly where you are in your business. Yeah.
And maybe that's what it is. It's like pausing now and going, you have goals, but actually, where are you?
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
In this moment.
That's it.
Where are you in that moment to get to where you want to be?
Yeah.
You got to know the right now. Maybe that's what we chase a lot. The goal, the goal, the goal, the goal, the goal.
Yeah.
Maybe we're not really looking at where we're at.
Yeah. I remember when I was trying to go from fully from my full-time job into my business, and I started trying to earn what I tried to have I had my numbers and my figures of what I needed to be earning to cover my full-time work, my employed job's wages. Mm-hmm. And then somewhere along the line, I stopped doing that and started focusing on a different figure.
Right.
4 months down the line, I was like, oh, I've been hitting that for like last 3 months, and I completely forgot I'd upped my figure. And I was like, I'm ready to quit my job. Do you know what I mean?
I could have quit ages ago.
I could have quit ages ago. So again, having structure in your business, it also takes the overwhelm around. So if you know what's going on in your business, you are certain of what's going on, and you're not thinking, oh, what if, you might be thinking, oh, I want to go for 10 people, but you think you're only seeing 2 or 3 people, but actually you're seeing 5 and you're closer to your goal than you think.
Yeah.
So
having a clear visual and goal is just going to build more success in someone's business, isn't it?
Yeah, you can have more direction as well of where you're going. I think as well, like I know a lot of people will start doing a new service and then they'll be like, okay, I've done a new service. I'm just going to start posting on Instagram. I'm going to get clients through Instagram. Okay. Who's your niche? So
Yeah. Who are you talking to?
who are you talking to? If you're trying to talk to everyone, you're not bringing anyone in. So people might think, oh, as a lash tech, well, lash people who want lashes done on my niche. No, but who do you see a lot more of? What clients do you see more of? Do you see more mums? Do you see more students? Do you see more people?
More mature clients.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who, and then you know who to aim your content at then.
Yeah. It's like narrowing it down, isn't it?
Yeah, getting really clear on your
Very
goals,
specific.
intentions. Yeah, and then it feels more aligned to you as well, not in a place of chaos. You have more structure in where you're going.
Yeah. So if business owners were to visualize and get their goals into place, how can they do it without overwhelming themselves
Okay.
and stay motivated in that?
Okay. So again, all comes down to structure. Brainstorm your ideas, get it all out onto paper, everything, whether it's realistic, unrealistic. Okay. Then try to put it in order. Have to make time to be able to reach your goals as well. So for instance, I am a big believer of morning anchoring. Okay, so how you start your day is how you go throughout the day. So if people start their day from a chaos and it's all over the show, then that's how have you ever woken up late and been like, oh my gosh,
frantic, yeah.
And then you just cannot catch up with yourself throughout the day and everything just keeps going wrong.
I feel like a headless chicken. Yeah.
Exactly. But if we're starting from a place of calm, clarity, then we know what direction we're going in. So each morning I would be saying, sit down, look at your day ahead, and then go from there, put things in order of how you want to go about your day, put things in order of like, okay, I've got clients coming in. I need to make sure the room's set up by X amount of time. I've got all this around. Once we start getting into that sort of routine, then when we try to go for our goals, it's easier to be like, okay, now I've seen 3 clients today. I have the space to have 2 more clients. I can physically see another 2 more clients in a day. I can build that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes complete sense. It's just interesting, isn't it? Because I think like a lot of it goes back to time. It's actually allowing yourself the time and not being in that chaos of all the time.
Yeah.
But actually just going, right, I need to sit and structure this so you don't feel overwhelmed, because you're more overwhelmed because it's all in your mind, isn't it?
It is.
Because it's chaos in there.
It's the chaos. Yeah, we're trying to minimise the chaos.
Put it onto paper.
Put it onto paper. Put it on your, if you're a phone person, put it in your notes. There's, I think on my, I'm Samsung, not iPhone, but on my notes, there's a tick box. So I can click tick box, create lists. And then as I do it, I can tick the box and it will put a line through it.
So you're just getting the chaos out of your mind onto paper.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it can make people make better decisions?
Absolutely.
If they've got it.
Yeah, I think even you're coming from, again, going back to if you're coming from a place of chaos and you only have 2 options in front of you, you don't ever, you're trying to make the best out of a bad situation. You're always trying to make it work. But if you have time, then you have time to explore other options rather than make impulsive decisions.
And I think it's the impulsive decisions that leads to more chaos, doesn't it?
Exactly, because
you don't know the way out.
You didn't weigh up the options.
No.
I see it a lot of time where people, I always say, if you want to upscale in your business, the universe only gives you what you're able to manage. If you're trying to grow your business right now and it's not working, then that's probably because you've got a blockage somewhere. You're not in a place where you're able to deal with more demand. So if you're struggling with, seeing 25 clients a week and you want 35 clients a week and you're struggling now at 25, how are you going to manage with 35? You're not in a place to receive it yet.
No.
So you need to put systems, strategies in place, whether it's, using a booking system to deal with appointments. It's minimizing the times that you're setting time aside to do social media content. anyone who is doing social media at the moment and films, edits, posts in one setting, and that takes 3 hours or something to do one post, I would stop. We should be breaking it down into different strategies, and this is everything that I teach as well. So I would be recording lots of different content in one day. B-roll.
Batching, yeah.
I'll be recording loads of B-roll in one session.
So then you've got it for the whole month.
Exactly.
Plan your content, think about it, but take time to sit there and think about what you want to be giving out.
Yeah.
I think that's huge. So before we're just going to move towards the end.
Yeah.
There's one question I would love to ask you.
Oh, God.
No pressure.
Oh, no.
It's what's one belief about success or productivity that you think is completely wrong? So what do you see business owners doing that is completely wrong in their business?
That is such a good question. I don't know if this is going to answer your question, but I've got a few now. Okay, services. We talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
So in my journey, I'm qualified to do about 9 or 10 different services.
Me too.
Now in my business, I only offer about 2 services. That idea of thinking, oh, I need to offer another service to bring more clients in and that's going to solve my problem.
It's not the case.
It's not the case. It's not the case. Working hard. So for me right now, this doesn't feel like work. This is work, but it doesn't feel like work. Mm-hmm. So I always say that from childhood, I was taught to work hard to put food on the table. You have to work hard to put a roof over your head. Money doesn't grow on trees. Mm-hmm. So all through my life from the age of 13, I always had 2 or 3 jobs.
Wow.
Because I thought one job is okay, but working hard is having 2 or 3 jobs doesn't necessarily mean I was bringing in the right amount of money.
You could be being busy, but maybe not productive.
Exactly. Yeah. So you could be working hard and getting nowhere. So I think if you're trying to do the same thing over and over again and not getting anywhere, mm-hmm. You need a new strategy. So for me, it was, I really want to go full time in my business. I keep getting there and then falling back. I've still got the same goal, but I just had to go a different way of getting there.
Changing the path.
Exactly.
To get to the same destination, but restructuring it.
Exactly. So I think if people are, posting on social media and they're not building the right clientele, getting the book, converting clients into followers into clients, paying mm-hmm. clients, then something's wrong with your strategy.
Yeah, and that needs a closer look at.
Exactly. You can get clients from Instagram, but you might just need to change your strategy of what you're doing, how you're posting. There's lots of different ways around it. So yeah, I think that is one thing in the industry. A lot of people, we get tunnel vision of one goal, doing it one way. But
being open that there is other avenues to get to the same goal, destination. You may just have to explore it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so we're just going to come towards the end.
Okay.
But I actually wanted to give the listeners a little bit of a takeaway before I have this round where we do like Beyond 5. It's just a quick fire round, okay? Oh. But before we go into that, out of this whole conversation we've had today about burnout, confidence, visualizing, manifestation, if listeners now could do something, maybe 3 or 4, whatever comes to your mind, what could they do today that could be quite simple but could make a difference? Like, what could they do?
Be open for sure. Mm-hmm. So coming from a place rather than I can't change what I'm doing, making loads of different reasons why you can't do it. I sit down with people all the time. They're like, I can't do it for this reason. I can't do it for that reason. And I'm like, okay, I can't help you.
I can't.
Yeah, I can't. If you come from a place of how can I can help you then. But so changing the language, the tone, I think be gentle with yourself. Mm-hmm. Okay. Don't overwhelm yourself. We've gone through so much today. So if you're finding I've got all these things that I need to change, don't let it overwhelm you. Just pick 1 or 2 things, like you say. So first thing I would be doing is looking at my diary where I can make time for myself, time to do my admin. Mm-hmm. Okay. And that's very hard for people who are working full time and then trying to and creating their side hustle. It's also really hard for salon owners who have families as well, babies. But if you can, just find 20 minutes. The research has shown if you can take 10 minutes a day to yourself, it can lower anxiety and depression.
So even if just getting out for a walk.
Going out for a walk, yeah. Don't know what you're doing, don't know where the information's going to come from, but taking that space out of the chaos to just ground yourself.
And would you say if they just sat there and just got pen and paper out and just word vomited everything that was in their mind, do you find that helps? Would
Absolutely,
that help?
yeah. Get it out.
Blah.
Yeah. Have you ever just left a friend a voice note and been like, oh, for like a minute?
Sometimes 7 minutes. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Good luck listening to that.
Put that on times 2.
Yeah, exactly. But you feel better for getting it out,
because
don't you?
You do need to offload.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you're not offloading to a person, just offloading to a piece of paper, you have taken the weight away from yourself.
Yeah.
I even think that if you've had things happen in your life that have been hard and it's so consuming, writing about it and even screwing it up, putting it in the bin, you have just let it go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Also, another one is sit down and pen and paper or on the phone. I try to minimise the amount of time I'm using my phone all the time, always pen and paper. But if you are a phone person, do it on the phone. Pen and paper though. But write down where you are losing your energy. Where are you feeling overwhelmed? What is overwhelming you at the moment? Whether it's rational or not, write it down. And at least you can sort of think, okay, how can I change that? Because sometimes it is just one quick fix.
Yeah.
But you keep butting your head with it over and over and over again. But you haven't taken the time to sit down and think, how can I actually tweak that? So,
and seeing it is so much different than it just being in your mind. Like you just need to see it.
Exactly. And actually this comes back to the worksheet that we said I'll give you to upload. But this worksheet helps you figure that out. Where am I wasting time? Where am I saying yes to things that I really want to say no to?
I feel like the listeners would love that.
Yeah.
Because that's something I would even... I love this. I could talk to you for ages. I feel like we have.
Yeah.
But this topic is... So many people suffer with it. Or not even to suffer, it's just so interesting how your mind works, how our body reacts to things. Women, and especially in this industry, we do so much for everyone else. And we can be battling our own stuff, you know?
Yeah. So just going to come back as well, just interrupt there. So I do want people to be gentle with themselves with this, because they might listen to this and feel like, oh my God, I'm doing it all wrong. But be gentle. It takes time. Do the list of where you're maybe spending your energy in places where you might need to create change, and don't try to tackle every single thing at once. Pick one thing and think, okay, I'm going to commit to this one thing for the next 2-3 weeks. And then just build up that way.
Baby steps.
Because some people think, okay, I need to change this. I need to do social media. I need to crack on my burnout. I need to go to bed proper. I need to drink more water. I need to blink more. I need to walk more. I need to get my steps in.
Blink more.
It's just overwhelming, isn't it? But if we focus on one or two things that we can focus on over a period of time.
And then once you master that, you can then move on to the other one.
Yeah, that becomes a routine. That will start to naturally become a routine. And then it's like, okay, what's the next thing I can bring in now?
Yeah, I love it. Good answer. Okay, so the last thing is a fire question round, which is called Beyond 5, okay? So it's meant to be a quick fire round, but to be honest, it's never usually that quick. But the first question is what's your go-to comfort food after a long day of clients and work?
Onion rings.
Onion rings!
It's so weird. Mine changes, but at the moment, onion rings. And it has to be Tesco's branded onion rings. Yeah.
Extra special or just their brand?
Just the Tesco's £1.5 pack of onion rings. I'm eating a pack of them like a day. So bad. Sainsbury's ones don't cut it.
What is one word your friends would use to describe you?
Oh, I want to say ditzy.
Really?
I'm like, it's weird because they see me as a bit ditzy, and like sometimes jokes just don't land. But in my business, I am boom, 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 and they don't see me in work.
So they only have like the personal side.
Yeah. They don't see what they're like, how do you run a business like this? And I'm like, my business runs like this. And it runs like clockwork. But they
Maybe
don't
because
see
you
it.
just might give your all to your business. And when you see them, you're just like,
Yeah.
hi.
Yeah, can't function.
Okay, so obviously you have done lashes here and there, but what tool or product could you never live without? So that can just be anything.
Okay. So like in my massage, I do wood therapy.
Oh.
Which helps like body contouring.
Oh, I love it.
And my favourite instrument to use with that is the mushroom. So it's like a circle. It's a circle with like a handle, and it really helps to like break down fat tissues and stuff.
I feel like I need that. What's the biggest lesson you have learned so far?
You have to prioritise and make time for yourself.
It's a must because you don't want to be burnt out.
It's if you're not making time for yourself, who steers the ship?
Can't pour for an empty cup.
Can't pour for an empty cup. Yes, that's it.
If you could give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would that be?
You've got this.
Oh, I love that.
I think like we sometimes doubt ourselves, and in the moment, if you're just like, I've got this, I know I've got this, I've got that feeling. I feel like for people, if they're already learned a service, you're already doing more than anyone else. Like if you're here listening to the podcast, you're already doing more than most people. You're trying to educate yourself, you're trying to find a way, and you will find a way, and you have got this.
Yeah, I love that one. Okay, so pick a number between 1 and 30.
Ooh, 20?
What was your first ever job?
Hairdresser. I was 13 and I was a Saturday girl washing hair in a hairdresser's.
Really? Did you
Yeah.
ever go into hair?
No.
Put you off for life.
But it's so weird because I started in beauty, went into dental nursing, physiotherapy clinic, and pivoted right back to beauty.
Oh, so it was always there. I do always think people... I mean, I've worked in a cafe when I was a teenager, but I always known beauty.
Yeah.
So, but when I've come across other people, they've kind of been in the beauty, then gone away, and then they've come back to like the root of it. It's funny, isn't it?
So
how
weird.
it all just circles back on itself.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you so much. I feel like I could talk to you for ages, honestly. I just want to say thank you for coming on, because
you're welcome.
that conversation was unreal, and the listeners will get so much from that.
It's fine.
If they do want to connect with you though,
Yeah.
what is your Instagram? Maybe have you got a website or anything that you could share with them?
I haven't got a website for the coaching at the moment, but it is through Instagram. So it's the Nava Business Academy. You can search that, or Marissa, and I'll come up. I've got a question for you, actually.
Oh, go on.
So you...
The table is done.
Yeah. I think this would be quite a good one for you, actually.
Go on.
So you obviously had an idea and you've created this. Where is your next step? Do you want to be in the next year, do you think?
I would love... It's funny because you think, because you have your vision boards and you have already envisioned what you want. I would love...
And when you put a time frame on it, like, if I said 3 months, it'd be different. But if it's 6 months, it's different. But
So is this one a year?
A year.
So in a year's time, I would love this podcast to be reaching more and more people.
Yeah.
I would love to be doing this even more than I am. I have an incredible feeling about the podcast. I feel like it's already doing the job I wanted it to do.
Yeah.
But I just want it to expand. And I know in a year's time, because I will stay consistent, it will be there.
Do you know how many followers you think you might have in a year?
You know, I would like to get a few thousand in a year. But I think it's all about consistency, isn't it? And also I've got the podcast, but I also want my training. I've got some online courses that I'm doing for lashes and figuring out what my followers need. So by a year's time, that will be in place. People have access to that. And also I can be focusing on the podcast and helping others through this too.
Yeah.
I like helping people, and I like people to feel like they have a safe place and to have the conversations I wish I had at the beginning, because I've been in their shoes. And yeah, just for everyone to be more together.
Good. Love that. Love that for you.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
No, you're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
I've literally loved it.
I've really enjoyed it.
I feel like you might have to come back for the other one. The other topic we were talking about.
Yeah. Oh, I'm happy to come back. I enjoyed it. You're not far.
I loved it.
Thank you.